Hello and welcome back to Shulchan Aruch HaRav. We continue in Hilchos Kriya Shema Siman Samech Gimel. We pick it up with Sif Hay. Even though ideally one should have in mind throughout the entire Shema, all three paragraphs that you're doing the mitzvah of reading the Shema, Ikra Kavana Hi B'Pasuk Rishon. The main Kavana must be in the first pasuk, Shehu Kabos Malchus Shemaim, which is where we accept the yoke of the kingdom of heaven upon us. And the same thing would apply for Baruch Shem Kavod, Shehu Gam Kein Kabos Malchus Shemaim, which is also accepting Malchus Shemaim. And you must have kavana for doing the mitzvah of Kriya Shema and having in mind that you're accepting Hashem's kingdom. After that, from V'ahavta and onwards, Hu Lashon Sava, those are the words we're saying are words of the mitzvah that we're supposed to love Hashem and realize Hashem runs the world, etc., and do mitzvahs. Lefikach in Kara Kriya Shema v'loy kiven liben pasuk rishain Aruch Shem Kavod Malchusa le'envod. So therefore, if someone read the Shema and did not have the proper kavanah during the first pasuk and in Baruch Shem Kavod, he's got to go back and read them again. Even those opinions that say mitzvahs typically do not require kavanah, you don't have to have in mind you're doing a mitzvah when you do it, because l'maisa you're doing the mitzvah. Here they agree that if a person does not have kavanah when he reads the first pasuk of Shema and Baruch Shem, that he has not fulfilled his obligation according to Torah law, like was explained earlier. And now, so it's a person who didn't have kavanah, he's got to read it a second time. When he reads it the second time, he should read it quietly. If he's in a minyan, so it should not appear like he's accepting two gods upon himself. If he didn't realize and didn't remember that he didn't have kavanah until he's finished all of the first paragraph or whatever, you still have to go back to the very beginning. You cannot insert it in the middle. You can't just say Shema Yisrael and Baruch Shem in the middle of the rest of Shema, because it comes out, you're reading it out of order, and you can't do that. You're not going to fulfill the obligation. Siman Samech Dalad, as will be explained in Siman Samech Dalad. Sif Vav. If a person falls asleep, you're allowed to push him or kind of tap him until he wakes up. And as long as until he reads the first pasuk, who our mamish, he's got to be totally awake. So he can have kavanah in the first pasuk, right? If a person is sleeping, he said the first pasuk and then he fell asleep, and now he's asleep. You cannot push him or tap him or whatever, in order they should read while he's totally awake. Because even if he's kind of in between sleep and awake, you could be yotze even in that state. And even though ideally one should have kavanah throughout the entire Shema, we're not allowed to put the pressure on a person and wake them up because of this. Because he's an einus because of sleep has overtaken him. But you can make sure he stays awake to the point where he's actually reading the words with his mouth, saying the words with his mouth, and not just thinking them. And we don't only say this by an einus of sleep. If he's an einus for some other reason, and something is against his will, that some other reason prevented him from saying Shema, and he couldn't say Shema with kavanah, the first pasuk with kavanah, maybe V'ahavta Eilach ein matrichin alav, from after V'ahavta and onwards, you cannot put pressure on him to go back and say it again, or to repeat those paragraphs, shehu kiven shehu anus, because he was an einus, only for the first pasuk and Baruch Shem Kavod. Have a terrific day. Please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thanks.